Women follow the 666 rule: 6 figures, 6 feet, and a 6-pack.
Oh, I thought you wanted to call it the devil, but okay. The 666 rule!
Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress, and if you don't know yet, I stream live on Twitch. So if you'd like to see me play games, hang out with me in my community, or if you'd like to say in chat that you didn't know I stream live, go to twitch.tv/vtuber and I hope to see you there soon. I also upload gameplay videos, gameplay highlights, and streaming highlights over at Cypress Play. Today we'll be watching a video by the Dadvocate. This is the male gaze versus the female gaze.
2 reasons why there's no excuse for men not to pay for the first date. Reason number 1 is pre-date expenses. Usually beautifying, the outfit, getting your nails done, waxing.
Wait, that is crazy though. You think the guy should pay for the date just because you did stuff to make yourself look nice and he never asked that? Okay.
Date expenses.
Yeah,
oh,
what the fuck?
I think my favorite thing that TikTok has taught me is the difference in the male and female gaze. Like what each gender finds attractive versus what they think is attractive, right? Like as a guy, I'll see a guy on my For You page who's just jacked lifting weights and I'll be like, hey, he probably cleans up with the ladies. Peep the comment section and it's just other guys being like, you're so jacked, you're huge. Like, cool. You scroll down and there's like a below average guy, but he's cooking. And women are just in heat in the comment section. Feral for this man.
I mean, but it makes sense, right? Like that you yourself, you don't know what the other gender is into because you're not that gender, I guess.
Marry me, I told my mom about you.
And this is exactly it. Let's talk about it. Ladies, stop blaming men for why you feel like you need to spend hundreds of dollars on hair and nails and lashes and jewelry and all kinds of other expenses. Gentlemen, stop blaming ladies for why you feel like you need to spend hundreds of hours at the gym injecting yourself with steroids to look like a Herculean, or else you're useless. Our problem, ladies and gentlemen, is that we've accidentally tricked ourselves into thinking that men want what women think looks good and that women want what men think looks good. But are those the same thing? Have we got it totally wrong about each other?
Yes.
I went down.
I mean, there are probably going to be some people that do find it attractive, but most of the time, you know, no.
Rabbit hole of studying the male gaze versus the female gaze, or what men find attractive versus what women find attractive. What do men and women actually want to see from each other? What do we want to see from ourselves? Is how a man views the ideal man the same as how a woman views the ideal man, and vice versa?
We have like different stuff that we, how do you say that? Different experiences that we have, our own individual experiences, and I feel like that forms what we think is ideal, and that's gonna like differ person to person, but probably also with the genders, you know what I mean?
And does any of it even matter in the end?
Nope.
There are a lot.
Like, even if you know what the male gaze or the female gaze is, right? Why would you do something only to attract whoever you're trying to attract? So you're just pretending to be this person that you are not. I find it really stupid. Imagine that you did achieve to get the person that you were trying to attract, right? And the way that you did that is by pretending to be something else because according to the male or female gaze, that's what they're attracted to. Now you're stuck! Now you're stuck pretending to be this person that you're not.
A lot of myths to debunk and a lot of interesting data to flip through as we once again set out to try our damnedest to build some kind of bridge between the mysterious worlds of men and women. But first, speaking of bridges, I think one thing we can all agree on when it comes to appearances is that none of us want to be caught with our pants down. That's why I'm happy that this video is sponsored by
well, some of us, I'm kidding.
Anson Belt and Buckle. Anson Belt and Buckle is a father-son, family-run business that has completely reinvented the belt game. I'd actually quit wearing belts before I found Anson because it's hard enough finding pants that fit as a woman, but it's even harder trying to figure out these oddly spaced holes that get all worn out and your pants never end up fitting right. What I like about Anson belts is that they use a micro-adjustable track system, so that all you have to do is slide the belt across your waist, wait for that satisfying click, and you know it's going to fit perfectly every time. They're also designed to move when you move, so that standing up and sitting down never feels uncomfortable. There are also so many different styles to choose from, and with how easy it is to switch out every buckle with every belt, it's a kind of versatility you don't get with other belts. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring this video, if you click the link down below in my description box or the QR code on screen and build your own box set, you're going to get 2 bonus pieces, 1 additional buckle and 1 additional belt completely free. That means in total, you'll be getting 3 buckles and 3 straps, which you can mix and match into 9 unique combos all in one box. This is a deal you don't want to miss out on. So click the link, build your box set, and upgrade your belt game today. So, what do women think men want? Just like the first video we started with, women tend to overestimate the amount of glitz and glam and enhancements that men want to see in a woman. This is not the first time I've seen a woman calculate pre-date expenses. I've seen women calculate their laser hair removal.
Like, okay, I get it. They're doing that then, I guess, because they think that's what men are attracted to, right? But what does this man that you've never talked to before have to do with you doing all that stuff? It's not like he asked you to do that, so now you're asking him to pay for it.
The cost of a $400 blow dryer. Reality is,
I want the fake lips and the fake butt and the fake fucking all that shit. We don't want none of that. If you're looking for marriage and love and honor and respect and loyalty, if you don't fucking carry that for yourself, how are you going to expect a man to carry that for you?
How do you feel about fake eyelashes?
I'm not for them. I think it's too much. It's like I don't need a breeze every time somebody takes a blink. I don't need it blowing my fucking bangs back. I already look stupid enough.
one of the biggest myths is that men are the ones perpetuating these beauty standards of needing bigger lips, bigger lashes, longer hair, more makeup. But if you look at the data, that tells us that this is not true. In this research done in 2014 called Miscalibrations and Judgment of Attractiveness with Cosmetics, men and women were asked to judge how much makeup men wanted to see, women wanted to see, and how much they wanted to see on themselves. What they found is that women consistently overestimated how much makeup men wanted to see on women. Also interesting, when women were asked to demonstrate how much makeup they would wear on a typical night out, neither men or women found that look as attractive as just casual light makeup. So we're all overdoing it. That same study found a similar pattern when it comes to cosmetic procedures. Women tended to rate fuller lips as more attractive than men do. These results also found that both men and women are turned off by a phenomenon that I'll call lip blindness, or putting way too much lip filler in there.
Don't look at me with those eyes.
Oh gosh.
What eyes?
You have lip blindness. Y'all posting about eyebrow blindness, but can we talk about lip filler blindness?
Those were a couple examples
Hey, it's at least that they know themselves.
of lip blindness. And luckily those women seem to be self-aware.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. Like, at least they're aware about it.
To have had those dissolved or removed, but yeah, it can get bad. Overall, multiple studies are showing that women overestimate how much men care about physical appearance in general. And yes, men do care about physical appearance, but when asked about long-term mating, most men listed other qualities more in the ballpark of kindness, warmth, loyalty was a
I mean, it makes sense because, like, in the end, that's what really matters, right?
really big one, and compatibility. In fact, research showed that women underestimate how much these non-physical traits actually matter to men. So as it turns
I do wonder, like, where does that come from? Like, why do they think, or do we think that that's not important to men?
out, these things like long, thick hair, long lashes, long nails, full lips, perfect hourglass frames, those are all things that girls like to see on other girls.
I do
That's
like to see that on the
female
girls,
gaze.
yes. It's very welcome to me.
The male gaze is really just a nice girl who's secretly a little freaky and feral and lets him be silly. And the funny part is men actually make the same mistake when it comes to overestimating what women care to see in men.
Women follow the 666 rule: 6 figures, 6 feet, and a 6-pack.
Oh, I thought you wanted to call the devil, but okay. The 666 rule!
Problem is, less than 2% of men across the entire population hold all three simultaneously.
Common misconception.
Yes.
It can be really easy to believe that women are this shallow. Lord knows, the very loud minority.
Obviously, there's gonna be a loud minority of the women and the men, both of them, that say, like, stuff like this, but that's just the minority.
Online are really good at letting us know exactly how shallow they are. In fact, one study found that the vast majority of women on dating apps state that they have a preference for men 6 feet tall and higher. An incredibly superficial standard, considering that only 15% of men worldwide fit that standard.
But apparently, I have seen that they also cannot even tell when someone is 6 feet. So yeah.
But we are always going to be mortified if we only judge a gender group based on how they behave online and in dating apps, because reality is dating apps are cancer. No offense to people who have actually had success with dating apps and met someone wonderful. Seriously, congrats to you. It's just that for most dating app users, it's a lot like being Dutch ovened by the worst fourth meal farts you've ever experienced.
Ew, what the fuck?
Why? Because dating apps make people, especially women, delusional by design.
Yeah, that's true.
Constantly socialized and tricked by social media into believing that we all carry this god tier level of intrinsic value and that we all have unlimited options. This is why we see such disproportionate results when it comes to swiping and why women come across as a lot more shallow on dating apps than in the real world. Studies show that men tend to swipe right or like 60% of the profiles they see, whereas women only
Really
swipe right
picky,
or
really
like
picky.
5 to 15% of the profiles they encounter. These odds can feel abysmal, but again, they don't actually reflect reality. Reason is men and women actually have two completely different strategies for how they use dating apps. And real world data doesn't match the separate, smaller category that is dating app users. Most men have learned that you have to swipe right on every single profile you see because
I've heard
it
that,
yields
yes.
the highest pool of results. But men also vastly outnumber the amount of women on dating apps, so women get the luxury of getting to be a bit more picky. But at the end of the day, per capita, men and women end up demonstrating the same amount of physical discrimination when it comes to who they end up choosing as a partner. And interestingly, in real life execution, women aren't as physically picky as they appear to be online.
No, that's true. Yeah, I also feel like that's the thing with like online stuff, right? It's harder to make a connection, to just talk to each other and like get to know each other and be like, oh, hey, this guy, I wasn't really interested in him like from the get-go when I just saw him, but now that I'm talking to him for a little while, I actually think I kind of like him, right? That doesn't really happen like that. Like in the real world, you can suddenly get interested in someone that you thought you were not interested in just because you got to know them better.
We know that the vast majority of men are not 6 foot tall. The vast majority of men do not have a visible six-pack.
But that's also like 6 feet and blah, 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 right? It's just a preference. And like you say that when someone asks, what are you into? But in the real world, when you actually start to meet someone, there are things that that person can have that is, you know, that makes whatever your preference was not matter anymore.
I think it's only like 1% of y'all. And of course, the vast majority of men do not earn 6 figures in a fiscal year. And yet, at the end of the day, most men are married or partnered by the age of 30. So it kind of disproves these artificial prerequisites that women claim they have online. When it comes to physical attraction, this new study published by PLOS1 found that men also incredibly overestimate how much women are attracted to conventionally attractive features such as a chiseled jawline or brow ridges or even heavy muscle mass. Muscles are actually one of the biggest misconceptions. While women do prefer a man who is in generally decent shape, Cornell found that the grand majority of women are not as attracted to the whole bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia type as other men are.
That's
in
right.
fact, if you type
That's
in
right. Like me personally, I don't feel like if you're gonna ask me, do I feel attracted to a body like that? No, not really. But the thing is, I'm just saying that now, right now, I don't know anyone that is like that, you know? But it could change when I meet someone and I'm like, oh, wait, you're actually kind of nice. Oh, wait, I kind of vibe with you. Oh, wait, I feel comfortable with you. Like, it can change. It can change depending on who it is.
bod into TikTok or any other shorts video format, you will find the thirstiest women you have ever seen in your life.
Excuse me, I think there was a glitch in your caption. I'm sure it was supposed to say, hello strong men's putting effort into and looking good doing it. Hey man, just know this exact body type, the base for my book's MMC, it's absolutely gorgeous. Bro, next question. Told her I'm a big boy. Someone say big boys? I'll comment tomorrow. What I want to say can be spoken on a Sunday. The screen, it's stopping me. Holy shit.
This image was one of the most frequently commented stickers on these videos. Now, I'm not going to sell you on some lie that all women want a fat guy. That's not true, but I'm also not going to let you sleep on the knowledge that there are plenty of women out there absolutely dying to motivate those titties. What I really liked about this study is that it disproves how little women actually care about muscle mass on men, but it also disproved how thin men actually want women to be. Women definitely overestimate that too. Basically, we've been really psyching ourselves out. Another thing that men get wrong about women is how alpha they actually need to present to us versus what women actually want to see. A lot of men think that to appear tough to a woman, they have to come across as aggressive and intimidating. But the research tells us this is actually pretty off-putting to women and men, and the key dominant trait that women really want to see is just confidence. Several longitudinal studies consistently show us that the kind of confidence women really want to see in men is more demonstrated in their kindness, their dependability, their emotions, their intelligence, as opposed to fitness. Even things like not having a beard or being bald are not nearly as detrimental to women as men think they are. In this general body image survey, almost every man guessed that women would find baldness or the lack of a beard unattractive. But in reality, most women said that that's not a turnoff at all. And they had such a wide variety of the types of facial hair that they wanted to see. There's really nothing consistent at all about the way women like their facial hair. When it comes to the female gaze, women actually hardly had physical attractiveness in their main top 5 standards at all. They were mostly focused on loyalty, dependability, sense of humor, and the one thing that kept coming up above
feeling safe and comfortable
above all else was hygiene. Basically,
that's very important too.
The one thing that kept coming up above all else was hygiene. Basically, shower and deodorant is the key. And if you ask women what they really want, a lot of them just want nerds.
You guys really need to start dating
hell
nerds.
yeah, I love nerds.
I love a nerdy man. Like, I really do. Please, God, just give me a guy who plays video games and likes Pokemon and Star Wars and Legos. Please. Where is he?
And the men are just as simple.
Here's the number one thing that all guys want but will never tell you, and are actually jealous of other dudes who have it. Guys want a partner in crime. They want somebody who appreciates their ambition, believes in their dreams, and is actually going to jump in and do it with them.
The number one thing men really want from women: tell him he's doing a good job.
This woman literally explains what every single man wants in a woman in just 30 seconds.
I personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman.
Look,
it's so funny. We just want the same thing, man. We just want the same thing.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to your face and tell you that you're going to pull just as well, even if you're broke and awkward, okay? There is definitely some truth to what we're told is conventionally attractive, but it's not hopeless, okay?
No, definitely not.
You don't have to be 6 foot, 6-pack, 6 figures, and you don't have to have...
Don't listen to the loud minority, guys and girls.
Gigantic tits and an itty-bitty waist and a big ass. Most men and most women just want someone who is kind and generally healthy and smells good and puts in some effort. No one wants to be the only person taking care of themselves in the relationship, and no one wants to be the only person taking care of everything else in the relationship. Women are going to lie to you and say that you have to be mean and bossy and hard to get, and men are going to lie to you and say that you have to be emotionless and rude and act like an asshole. But these are not long-term mating strategies. And you want to know the funniest part about all of this? The personality is the only part that really matters anyway, because the vast majority of most men and most women don't dress for the opposite sex anyway.
No, I don't, man. I don't give a I don't give a what the opposite sex is interested in, like what they would like me to wear and stuff like that. I'm like, in the end, I am the one that needs to look in the mirror and see myself. I want to dress for myself. I want to wear what I want to wear, and I want to be happy seeing what I wear. So whoever ends up with me needs to be happy with that. If not, that's okay. That's fine. Then you're not for me.
According to this study of 22,000 people across 27 countries, The very primary motivation for most people to get ready and look good in the morning is just to feel good about themselves. Most people don't even care about looking good for the opposite sex. It's mostly just to make good first impressions and set a good example for their kids. This is why men end up dressing more for the male gaze and why women end up presenting more for the female gaze. As it turns out, most people don't spend the majority of their days actively trying to attract a mate. When men were asked if they tailor their physical appearance to impress their spouse or partner or members of the opposite sex, only 35% said yes. And when women were asked the same thing, they couldn't even get a valid percentage because so few of them cared at all. Now, while men and women said that basically they get themselves dressed for their own personal confidence, interestingly, women's second biggest motivation was to feel more in control. So that's interesting.
Feel more in control.
Like I always say on this channel, we can't save these hoes, but we can learn from these hoes. And in this situation, the hoes are ourselves. The great moral of the story that I took out of everything that I learned while researching for this video is that this should be all the evidence we need that we should really only care about dressing for ourselves.
Please, just dress for yourself, man. In the end, you need to feel good about the way that you look. No one else. You are with yourself the whole day, right? So just do whatever makes you feel good.
There are so many different styles and looks and vibes that we will never ever be able to statistically predict who is going to be more attracted to piercings or long hair or short hair.
It's also just so silly to only get those things because you think it will attract a certain person.
Or whatever. The only thing that we can confidently predict time after time is that people who are nice, confident, stable, and wash their ass
wash your asses, man!
Generally end up
wash
with a
your asses!
Golly, good thing we did all this research just to find out that we're overcomplicating dating once again.
The only thing you need to do is take a shower.
Anyway, I want to hear what you guys have to say about all of this. If you absolutely had to describe, pew pew to your head, if your style was more for the male gaze or female
gaze, 100%.
Which one would you pick? Do you think it's true that most people end up being a lot more flexible with physical trait preferences than they claim they are online? Or have you found people to be just as harsh as they seem? If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe if you're new here, and come on back on Mondays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern for our live streams. You can even hit the notification bell to help you remember. And showing up to these live streams, even for a little bit, is going to increase your chances of being gifted a free membership to the YouTube channel, which is going to give you access to hours and hours of ad-free, members-exclusive content, an invite to the Discord, a little sword and shield next to your username that's going to get cooler and cooler and more mystical over time. It's male and female gaze approved. Thank you all so much for watching all the way until the very end. It really is worth its weight in gold. And thank you to Anson Belt and Buckle for sponsoring this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.
Bye. Hi! If you liked the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!